Aloha guys, and welcome to Recovery Wednesday. This is a very special episode, we'll call it, because it is touching on a subject that is near and dear to my heart. Now, I've trained for performance, I've trained for aesthetics, and I've been down to the end of these roads. And what I've discovered when you reach the end is that it's cool that I can deadlift 400 pounds, but I wake up in the morning and my back aches, my ankle's messed up, I can't do a full squat without my knee yelling at me. So what is the purpose of all this training when my body hurts and I'm broken? I know a number of you can relate to this. If you have any aches and pains in your body, know that it does not need to be that way. And that's why this episode is so special. We're gonna touch on some exercises specifically for the ankles, the knees, and the hips, and also some scapular strengthening drills that will help you if you have any shoulder, neck, and upper back issues. Now, the mobility and strengthening drills that we're gonna do today are a combination of what I've learned from my personal life and also what I've gotten from this channel called Strength Side. The Strength Side channel has a lot of really great content. So if you have any issues beyond what we cover in today's session, then by all means check out his channel and look for your specific issue and see if this guy and his drills can help you out. I'm gonna show you a real quick clip of this guy. I believe his name is Josh, and how he moves. And the first time I saw this video, I thought, that's what I want. I wanna be able to move like he does, because it looks so fluid and so pain-free. I want that. Lastly, we are going to use some equipment in today's session. And number one, if you have an elevated surface like this, we're going to be holding an elevated pigeon and also using it as a target to sit down to in a single leg squat. So find an elevated surface. A wall will also be useful. We're going to form a steep angle of the foot, pull our hips in to get a good ankle stretch. And lastly, some sort of a step where we're gonna rise up onto our toes and then lower down through the floor to get a big ankle stretch. Let's get started, guys, with Recovery Wednesday. We got bird peckers coming up in 3 seconds. And begin. So grabbing back, we're grabbing one foot, hinging to the floor, and we'll switch sides and we'll just step it out. Working on our balance. We got an awesome session for us today, a true recovery session. Where we are going to take care of ourselves today. And yeah, no punishment to the body, no challenging ourselves to do anything, to do any crazy physical conditioning. Today is all about the TLC, tender loving care. And we're gonna drop down low into our squat. We're gonna monkey around. Ready? In. Ooh. Really get out of your monkey. Whatever you like. Play around with it, have some fun. Drop the hips down nice and low and lift the chest up. Get more of an opening in the hips. You can push the knees forward, get more of a stretch in the ankles. Even kick your feet up and your hips up. Control something of a handstand to warm up the shoulders. The monk, it's one of the best and most versatile moves we got. All right, and now lay down flat, arms out to a T. We're gonna do some scorpions. Let's start with the left leg. We're gonna reach it to the right arm, into the right hand, getting that twist in the trunk. And when you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. So right foot reaches toward the left hand. And can you make contact? We made contact. Okay. And switch from side to side as you wish. Ooh. And you can see which side, you turn your head from side to side, seeing where you feel that stretch in the neck as well. Ooh. Okay, one side feels pretty unnatural, but it's a good stretch, I suppose. Whoa. That's kind of exhausting. All right, dive bombers up next. 2, 1, and dive through. Big inhale, and exhale, press back. And repeat. Another good one, and the last one, guys, we'll do is bootstrappers. We'll start in the bottom of the squat. Your hands right on top of your feet. Then we'll go butt up into the sky, and we'll pull the chest down. Hamstring stretch. Then we'll go butt down, lift your chest up as high as you can get it. Shift from side to side. We'll just alternate between those two positions at your own pace. Spend as much time in either position or in the transition as you like. And you can stand it up, shake it out. All right, guys, so the first few minutes, we're gonna work on strengthening our scapular muscles. And the scaps have been called by someone, a good friend of mine, the butt of the back. So just like what your booty is, the lower half of your body, the scaps are your back and your shoulders, maybe as the butt of the shoulders. So bring it down to the ground. We're gonna go hands straight out in front of us, tuck your chin to your chest, squeeze your glutes. You're gonna raise your thumbs up and hold for 3 seconds and then lower down. Raise your thumbs up and arms up, hold for 3 seconds and down. Now how high can you lift and hold? Lift, even higher and hold, and squeeze your glutes. Keep your abs nice and tight and down. And repeat. Okay, next we're gonna go arms straight out to a T, thumbs up. We're gonna try to squeeze our shoulder blades together. So squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your arms up and hold for 1, 2, 3, and down. We'll tap and come right back up. Squeeze your shoulder blades and hold for 1, 2, 3, and repeat at your own pace, guys. Like a nice squeeze in the shoulder blades. That's what we're trying to strengthen right here. Okay, next up, we got the eye hold, where your arm's gonna be at your sides, more or less. Maybe just comfortably outside. We're gonna raise up and squeeze your shoulder blades together here. Lift your hands up, turn your thumbs open, and hold for 1, 2, 3, and lower down. Tap and come right back up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up the palms, and relax. And at your own pace, guys. Gotta lift up, squeeze, and hold for 3 seconds. Okay, next we got the W press. So we're gonna have a 90-degree bend at the elbows. And we're gonna squeeze our shoulder blades together. And we're gonna press up overhead and bring them down and relax. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep them squeezed, thumbs up. Press up overhead, bring down, relax. Squeeze, press, down, relax. Squeeze, press, down, relax. And keep going at your own pace. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Okay, and we'll do our classic arm haulers, but this time bringing the attention to the scaps. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep them squeezed the entire time as we perform arm haulers. So shoulder blades, pull them together. Nice and active the entire time here. Relax. Whew. Okay, so strengthening the scapular muscles will improve the general health of your shoulders, of your upper back, of your neck. So that's why I had to throw that in there right there. Now next, we're going to focus on the knees. So in 10 seconds, and actually you can get a head start right now, we're gonna get into a squat hold. This is right down here. We'll start with the heels down. Begin. Heels down on the ground. Now, if this is really tough for you, pause the video, grab some books or something to slide under your heels. And that will help you sit down at the bottom of this position. This is a really important one. Really, so very, very important. Pause the video if you need to, and elevate your heels with something if you need to. I'm gonna reorient my squat this way. I'm gonna show you guys the next move. So this position is still kind of hard for me to maintain. It's my ankle mobility. All right, so we'll rest, and you can rest right here. Just hang out, get some bonus time in the squats. We got Seires squats coming up next. Now use your hands for support if you need to, but you're gonna lean forward onto your toes, heels come up, and reach your knees forward. Gently touch them to the floor. We'll squeeze our glutes, sit up, and then flatten out your feet. And we'll sit back onto our heels, getting a stretch on the top of the ankles. Squeeze the glutes, come on up, pull your toes under, and use your hands for support if you need to, but we're gonna try and control this back into the bottom of the squat. Let's see me do one more. And if you can go no hands and really control these transitions. This is a great move for our knees, for our quads, our ankles, our toes, and our hips. All right, eccentric single leg squats. We're gonna do just the left leg first. So find an elevated surface if you want. We're gonna lower down on one leg. Bring your feet, both feet down to the floor, stand up, and repeat. So 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, stand up. And you can also go all the way down, feeling good, and come on up. All on one leg, if you're feeling good. But if that doesn't feel good, you're going down on one leg, and up on two. And find the appropriate heights that you're not going so deep that you're collapsing, and you can control this motion to the full depth of whatever surface you have. You also want it to be low enough that you're getting work done. All right, now we'll switch to the other side. And so our right foot is gonna be supporting us, and keep your right heel down the entire time. Lower 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Stand up with both legs if you like, or you can go down and up. So control, this is all about control. Oof, this is my weak side. 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Now, eccentric motions, these slow lowering or negative motion here, is really great for building strength around the knee to protect it, and building stability in that joint. Whew. Okay, split squat. And if this is really tough to do on the floor, then use that same elevated surface. So I'll demonstrate. Left foot forward. Here's our split squat. We're gonna push our hips forward, push our knee over that middle toe. You can even push so hard that the heel comes up a little bit. That's okay as well. And it really helps to have an elevated surface, and it takes some of the pressure off. This can be really intense on the knee, and if you're not ready for it, use the elevated surface. We'll lean into it. And you can drive off and lean in, push the knee over that middle toe, allow the heel to come up a little bit, and drive back. Push forward, you can squeeze your right glute, get the hip flexor stretch as well. All right, now I gotta hit the other side. This is an awesome foundational move that's great for the knees, hips, and the ankles. I'll use the same elevated surface, pushing forward, allowing the heel to come up, driving back. Now squeezing the left glute. As I push the hips forward, that'll open up the left side hip flexor. As I'm stretching the knee, the ankle, the hips, they're all doing work here. If you feel good, you can of course bring it down to the ground. It's quite a bit more intense. And this is where we all want to eventually get to. All right, next one, it actually helps if you have socks on. I'm going to do my best here without socks. Ooh, I'll go on the tile. Eccentric glute bridges. So you go drive through your heels, hips up, squeeze your glutes, and now you're going to allow your heels to slide. Your legs are straight, hips still off the ground. Then you drop, reset. Hips up, squeeze the glutes as you extend the legs, and lower down, and repeat. You can also do this with one leg. Get a little more intensity on that one side. So if you do it one leg, do it maybe 2 reps, and then switch to the other side. This is intended to strengthen the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings. And that will help protect the knees. If we're strengthening the quads, or we were strengthening the quads earlier, but we need to equally strengthen the hamstrings to create balance and to protect the knee joint. All right, we're moving on to the ankles next. And we're gonna start off with the movement up against the wall. You're gonna form the steep angle with your left foot. This is one of my favorites. This helped me out so much. And we're gonna lean our hips in toward the wall. And you should feel a stretch in the calf. You lean in, you can back off, kind of lean in again. Get a little bit of a rhythm here. Or you can just lean in, pull in, and feel that stretch intensify. And lean a little further in. And now, if you're at a pillar or a post or something, you can use your hands to pull yourself in. But we're gonna drop down low. You're using a wall, it's fine too. You're gonna drive this knee in as close as you can to the wall. And the tension's gonna shift from the upper calf down toward the Achilles. You can drive in, and now move your knee gently from side to side. And lean in, push into this stretch as much as you can handle. Oh, time's up. And gently back off. We could have definitely spent more time there. All right, now right foot is gonna form that steep angle. We're gonna lean the hips in. You can move the hips from side to side if that feels good. Feeling that stretch in the upper calf. This is gonna help us gain ankle mobility, guys. I sprained my ankles playing volleyball so many times, and this has been a single exercise that has regained my mobility. And now we'll drop down lower, drive that knee in toward the wall. You can shift your knee from side to side, feeling that stretch shift into the Achilles, and drive that knee in. As much tension as you can handle in that Achilles. But of course, ease your way into it. And gently back off. Whew. Okay. Now, we're gonna find a step. We're gonna do eccentric ankle raises. That means we'll rise up on both toes, or on both feet. And then the left calf is gonna control this descent through the floor. Go up on both, lower down through the floor, or you can go up on one and down on the same. So up to you, whatever feels right. You can even go up on two and down on two. But the eccentric part means you control the descent, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. You can be doing both sides right now at the same time, or just working the left side. This is going to strengthen and lengthen the ankle, or the Achilles and the calf, and all the muscles and ligaments around the ankle. Now we'll do the other side. And you can rise up on both feet and lower down on the right. Or you just go up and down on the right. Controlling the descent, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and up. And repeat. Strengthening and lengthening in the ankle joint. The one against the wall, that was more of a stretch. And this one, although it is a stretch too, we're also strengthening these muscles here and ligaments. All right, and next up is the squat hold. We're gonna change it just a little bit. So down to the squat, and again, you can slide some books or something under your heels. Oh, already, I can feel more range here. My ankles have loosened up from those two exercises. Now you can lean forward, allow your heels to pick up off the floor just slightly. Put some weight into your hands. And you can move or shift your weight from side to side. And play around with this position. Feel like the closer my heels are to the floor, but still elevated off the floor, the more I feel a stretch in the ankles. And you just control it from side to side. And play around in the squat. front squat. Once again, this is such a great stretch for the ankle. So use the elevated surface if you like. We'll drop down low. And when you push the knee forward, you get that back heel to come up just slightly. And this is where you feel it. And I feel it in the Achilles. Definitely feel a stretch in the knee as well. This is great for putting your body weight into a stretch that is going to help you lengthen through the Achilles and through the calf and restore some ankle mobility. And of course, you can drive back and lean into it. This is more of a strengthening exercise. So you can mount in, or you can just hang out here more passively. I think both are healthy for you. So notice there's some overlap with the exercises that help increase your ankle mobility as well as your knee strength and mobility. Now the other side, use the elevated surface if you need to. And the stretch feels so good. So we're hitting the knee, ankle, and the hips all at once. And we want control here in the descent and in the ascent. If this is at all challenging for you, prop your front foot up on an elevated surface. This is pretty advanced. And if you're not used to this stuff, it can be dangerous too, to jump in too fast, too quickly. All right, hips. We're gonna hit the hips, and we're gonna start out with a movement or a position stretch that everyone's probably familiar with. We're gonna regress it to something that everyone can do. We're gonna use this elevated surface. We're gonna lay our leg across it. And we don't wanna be here. We want this front shin to be perpendicular to the way we're facing. The left leg forward, shin perpendicular. And we're gonna allow our hips to sink down into this elevated pigeon. Right here. So it's really gonna help us open up the hip and the glute here especially. If you have trouble getting into pigeon, this is the one you gotta go with. And you can lower this surface down, 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 closer and closer to the floor until you get to a full pigeon. This is a plenty good stretch for me right here. Feeling this hip flexor and in the glute. Use your hands for support. You can also experiment with laying your chest down, see how that changes the stretch. And we'll bring it on up. And let's get into position for the right side. The right leg folds across. Left leg steps back. Use your hands for support. It'd probably be pretty intense. It is intense. To go prayer pose. Prayer pose. Prayer pose. Ooh. Actually, just the outside of my ankle digging into this hard surface. That's what hurts the most. And yeah, if you want to drop your chest forward to this elevated sleeping pigeon, you can try that as well. Feels amazing. Ooh, and make your way up, shake it out. Okay, next we're gonna go left leg forward, right leg back into our foundation training hip stretch. We're gonna raise our hands up overhead, lean out to the left side, and pull back into extension. Inside and extension. You should feel this in your right hip flexor, side extension. And now, get 2 more reps in. So side extension, and last one, side and extension. Now let's rise up onto our back toes. and lower down. All the motion coming from your right ankle here. You can lean out in whatever direction you feel it most. We're trying to, as you lower down, really get a big stretch in the right hip flexor. Up and down, up and down. Big time, big time. I need to do that stretch more often. Right foot forward, left foot back, hands up, and we'll lean out to the right side and pull back into extension, inside, extension. Let's do 3 more reps. 1, 2, and last one, 3. And now find the angle where you feel it the most. And we're gonna go up on the back toes and down and up and down. All the motion coming from your left ankle this time, and feeling a big stretch when you lower down in the left side of the hip flexor.
Upgrade complete.
Take it out. Upgrade complete. Now guys, as you probably noticed, or there are a few moves we did multiple times, and there are really 2 stretches to rule them all. Number 1 is the squat. I think everyone could benefit from spending more time here. If you need to, slide something under your heels so you can get into that position. Remain comfortable in that position for extended periods of time. I would recommend, and this is what I do, I spend probably at least a half an hour every single day in the bottom of the squat right here. So that's my challenge for you. 30 days, accumulate a total of 30 minutes per day in the bottom of the squat. Awesome for your knees, your ankles, and your hip health. The second stretch to rule them all is the split lunge or the split squat. So here, driving your hips forward, pushing your knees out over the toes, and even flicking this back heel up off the floor if you like. So we're getting the ankle stretch, knee, and this hip. It's all working or stretching and strengthening at the same time. So those 2 stretches to rule them all. Guys, use these. You will thank me later. I hope that helps clear up any of the problems that you may have in your ankles, hips, knees, lower half of your body, and even strengthening through the scaps, what that may do for your shoulder, neck, and back health. Let me know what you guys think of these movements, and by all means, check out Strength Side, where I got a number of these mobility exercises from. All right, we're gonna ramp the intensity back up for tomorrow's workout on Thursday. Hope to see you guys there. Patrons, subs, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Last thing before I let you go, guys, is I want to let you know that the time frame that we did these drills and these movements today was a bit arbitrary. The purpose really was to give you exposure to movements that were going to help you with whatever limitations or issues you're dealing with. So if it's the ankles, then I want you to do those ankle exercises. Maybe you run through that portion of the session today, you do that multiple times of just the ankles. Or you spend as much time as you like performing the ankle stretch against the wall. Maybe it's a minute, maybe it's 2 minutes or 3. But don't get locked into the specific time frames that we did today because it was arbitrary. Spend as much time as you need to deal with the issues that you're dealing with. All right, see you guys soon. Aloha.